Okay, welcome to my video game collection. I know I already did a game tour video recently, but this one we're going to be focusing more on just the games and not so much the room. See, I used to put my unplayed games in a shelf, and when I played them, I do a YouTube video on them and then I put them on the shelf, but I recently decided just to put every single game on the shelf. So it used to just be my NES and Super NES games and Atari games, but now I've got all 320 games on the shelf. Just going to kind of take a look at them, see which ones we still have to do videos on yet. Now, I've been buying a lot of games lately, just about every week I've been buying like 3 or 4 games. And here's a new one that I haven't done a video on yet. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. Now I've done Vice City, but not Vice City Stories. Haven't played it yet. I got most of my games in alphabetical order, except for the Grand Theft Auto series. I got them in chronological order. So those are all my PS2 games, and I got GameCube games next to them. I just started collecting GameCube. And I've been finding a lot of Zelda titles on multiple different platforms, so we're going to be seeing a bunch of those coming up. We got Wind Waker. Here's another one. Oh, Mario Kart Double Dash we already did. Here's another one we haven't done yet, Mario Party 7. Never played it yet. And I'm pretty sure we did Namco Museum. Sega Saturn, I just recently got these games, and I did a video on this one last week. Pebbles Beach. Now this one, Sega Saturn, The Lost World Jurassic Park. I already recorded the video on that. I plan on uploading it next week. Kind of an odd game. It's like, it's got a 3D world, but it's only 2-dimensional. So I don't think the creators of the game knew how to make a 3D game. They just have 3D graphics with a 2D side scroller. There's a couple more Zelda games I got on the Wii. Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess. We got Nintendo Land. I just bought this game today. So I've seen James and Mike Mondays. I've seen them play this game, and oh, this is on the Wii U. This is my first and only game I got on the Wii U so far. That's pretty much the reason I bought it, because I just wanted to have a Wii U game in my collection. See, I got the Wii U, but I have Super Mario Maker downloaded on it, so that's the only game I really played on it. Oh, I guess, and then the downloaded NES and Super NES games too. Got Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 in the case. I just got those from my friend Jimmy last week, or 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, whenever it was. And got some amiibos here. Got Bowser and Yoshi. Now we're going to go down a shelf. NES games. Most of these we've seen. Yeah, it's kind of weird, the Zelda games on the NES. There's the gold cartridge and the gray cartridge. So for Zelda 2, we got the gray cartridge, but the original Zelda, I got the gold cartridge. Right here's a Tengen game, Afterburner. That's an unlicensed NES game. I want to try getting away from unlicensed games. I really don't want to collect those anymore. I just want to stick to the licensed games. Otherwise, I mean, you have to stop at some point. Most of these games I don't think I did a video on Afterburner yet. But what I did, since I decided to put all my games on the shelf, I made a list of the unplayed games on my YouTube channel, so that way I could just go through that list. I used to keep them in that drawer. I think we've seen every game on this shelf except for possibly Afterburner. Move over to the next shelf. Simon's Quest. Can't really see it because of the lighting. Yeah, being able to stand. There's like bad footing in this area. Some more NES games. Here's another Tengen game. Gauntlet. Okay, now we're going to go down a shelf. More NES games. Iron Sword, I did not do that video on that one. Yeah, see, some of these games I don't have plastic sleeves for. I ran out, so I'm going to have to order some more. Yeah, this is my biggest collection, is the NES games. I recently just bought these two, Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. I had them downloaded on the Wii, so I just got the cartridges. I think that was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Yeah, I've been buying games pretty much like every week for the last probably like 2 months. Games and consoles. It's kind of the good thing though about collecting so many consoles too, is that if you can't find NES games, you can just look at other console games. Super Mario 2, I just got this today. So, I mean, I did a video on it already, but that was, I had it downloaded on the Wii, and I also have the Nes Classic, which has all the Super Mario games on it. My only problem I have right now is anytime I add a new game to the shelf, I have to move them all. Okay, down we got a few more NES games. Got the NES Zapper. I do have a gun for the Sega Dreamcast too, but I don't have it on the shelf yet. There's the Game Genie for the NES. I would like to paint these shelves like black. These shelves are probably way older than me. Down here we've got some Super NES games. Doom, I recently picked that game up on the Super Nintendo. I have not played it yet, so we'll be seeing a video on that at some point. But right now I've got my N64 hooked up, so we're going to be seeing N64 games. And then I'll be doing some GameCube games. I'll kind of be doing them in chronological order. So we got the Wii, Wii U, and then I'll go back to hooking up the Retron 5 so we can see some more NES and Super NES games that I haven't done yet. It's kind of weird. I got some like red cartridge. You got one black cartridge, which is Killer Instinct and Doom. And I had to expand some games over here. Grab the flashlight. Yeah, see over here I got a bunch of random stuff I got to get rid of at some point to make more room. So down here we got another shelf of Super Nintendo games. I'm trying to shine this light without getting a glare. This game right here, Super Mario All-Stars, I actually broke the cartridge. But I took the circuit board to a pawn shop and he was able to solder it, fix it, but I had to put it in this NCAA cartridge. So I actually saw Super Mario All-Stars at the video game store today. I should have bought it so I have like a real copy of the actual cartridge it's supposed to be in. I can just toss that one or give it to somebody that might want it. And we got some more here. Turtles 4, also known as Turtles in Time. That's another one I bought today. Never played it yet. So yeah, I bought 3 games today. I think we've pretty much seen most of my Super NES games except for Turtles in Time and Doom. Next shelf, we've got Sega Genesis games. Well, we've got the Game & Watch. And we got Sega Genesis, we got Home Alone 2, which I need to do a video on yet. We got Mortal Kombat 2. I would like to find Mortal Kombat 3 on the Super NES. Find Mortal Kombat 1 and 3 on the Genesis, and then do like a video on all the games of Mortal Kombat. Like do a video, like one video on all of them. Here's my Atari 2600 games. I've done videos on most of these. I don't think I did Demons to Diamonds. Here's a label. That one is Defender. That was a classic. But yeah, doing Atari videos are hard to do because it's just the connections, hooking them up to today's TVs are just too hard to do. I mean, I could get an old TV just for Atari, but I mean, the games just aren't that fun to me. It's like 5 minutes and it's like, okay, I'm bored with them already. I've heard a classic argument, like why, when people talk about retro games, why is it always Nintendo and not Atari? Well, I think when you look at them, I mean, take a game like Super Mario 3, you could play 3.5 hours of that game. These Atari games, I mean, you play like 5-10 minutes and you're bored already. Okay, next shelf. Nintendo 64. And this is a huge complaint about they don't have end labels. I just recently ordered some, so hopefully within a week or so I'll have end labels, but I've got a lot of these games lately, a lot of N64 games. So Castlevania 64, I got that one maybe a couple years ago, but I tried doing a YouTube video on it, but I played for 10 minutes and got lost, so I never uploaded it. I deleted it. I have to look into how to play that and do a video on that. We got Diddy Kong Racing, which I'll be doing. We got Donkey Kong Country. Kind of looking forward to playing that game. Doom 64. Now, I tried doing a video on this the other day. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? And I just got confused. I'm walking around for like 10 minutes, completely lost. So I'm going to have to watch someone else play to figure out how to do that one. This one I believe is GoldenEye. I've seen that one already. Jeopardy 64 I've already done a video on. Here's 2 more new Zelda games I got. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Now I tried doing a video on Ocarina of Time yesterday. Same thing as Doom. I played for like 20 minutes. I had no idea what to do, so I'm going to have to spend a little more time on that one, do another video. Majora's Mask I haven't tried yet. Looks pretty cool. Now this Ocarina of Time cartridge I got is in pretty bad shape. It's like faded really bad. So I guess at least I know it's authentic. It's not a repro. And I think most of these other games we've done already. Oh, Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Now I've done the one on PlayStation, a video on PlayStation, but I did not do the N64 one yet, so we'll be seeing that one. So as I mentioned, okay, last week I did my Sega Saturn game. Next week I'm going to be showing another Sega Saturn game. Then after that we're probably going to be jumping into all these Nintendo 64 games that I haven't done yet. Except for the Zelda games. I'm going to hold those off for the end. So I'll be doing N64 games next. Then after that I'll move on to GameCube games. Then my Wii games, Dreamcast. So yeah, Wii. At some point I'm going to hook up the Dreamcast and try that. And then get the Wii games, the Wii U games. And then I'll go back to hooking up the Retron 5. but I'll go ahead and do all the Zelda games before doing the Retron 5. Like, when I hook the Retron 5 games up, or Retron 5 up, I'll be doing NES and Super NES games again. Here's all my games on the Switch, which I believe I've done a video on all those. We got Family Feud, we got Breath of the Wild, Hasbro Game Night for Nintendo. That's got, oh, Monopoly, Risk, and Trivial Pursuit. I'm pretty sure we did Monopoly. I know I didn't do Risk, and I don't think I did Trivial Pursuit yet. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Got Super Mario Maker 2. Super Mario Odyssey. So yeah, I've pretty much done all these games. Over here we got the Super Game Boy. Got the Game Genie for Super Nintendo. And the Game Shark for the N64. So we got one more shelf to go. These are all my PlayStation games. And we've also got Sega Dreamcast games in there and one Wii game. But Command & Conquer now, that's a game that my friend James loaned me 15 years ago. And I loaned him a movie, but we worked together and he ended up quitting. Got a different job somewhere else, so I still have his game, he still has his my movie. But I tried playing it once years ago and I got confused, so that's another one I'm going to have to look up before figuring out how to play. And there's Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the PlayStation. I don't have the original case with it. So we got Sonic Adventure and Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast. And then over here on the, we got one Wii game. It's Wii Sports. The reason I got this on the shelf is because it fits. The other Wii games are in much larger cases. Atari 5200. Now, I did not do any videos on any of these games. I've got the Atari 5200 and these games for my sister, who found them in her storage shed. They've been in there for like 15, 20 years. So I don't even know if the games or the console works. I mean, I'm assuming that they do, but at some point I'd like to hook that console up and try these games out. I'm really looking forward to playing this one. I think it's so cool having an Atari cartridge that says Nintendo on it. It's got Mario and Luigi. That was the original Mario Brothers before Super Mario Brothers. First released on arcade in 1983. And it was ported onto Atari and I think ColecoVision. Jungle Hunt's another one I'm looking forward to playing. I remember playing that on the Atari 2600. But I don't know how different the 5200 version is. Yeah, it's weird. I got 2 copies of Pac-Man on Atari 5200. There's one there and another one here. And I've also got 2 copies of Pac-Man on the Atari 2600. You know, I don't know why, it was just kind of randomly happened that way. And down here we got my Game Boy games. This game I think I was going to do a video on, but I think it froze up on me or something. By far the worst hockey game I ever played, but I mean, EA Sports is trying to put a hockey game on an 8-bit Game Boy. I mean, there's only so much you can expect. Down here I have a bunch of VHS tapes I want to get rid of. I can't imagine why anybody would want Star Trek The Next Generation tapes. I'm probably going to throw them in the trash. I wish there was a place that would recycle them. But anyway, that would open up a whole new shelf, a large shelf for me. I used to record the episodes off TV. So anyway, I just thought I'd show my collection this time and talk about the games instead of just kind of glancing the games and showing the game room. And it's pretty cool that I've got still got a lot of shelf space to add more games to. So, as I said, next week we'll be seeing The Lost World Jurassic Park on the Sega Saturn. And then there'll be N64 games. And we'll do some GameCube. And Wii, and well, when I get to the Wii, by the time I get to the Wii, it'll be all the, those are just the Zelda games, so maybe at that point I'll move on and do all 5 Zelda videos in a row. Well, I hope you enjoyed a look at my collection. See you in the next video.